We know Janani Aluyo, that is the DG of NADDC. So when he was abroad, when he had to get a job, nobody was interested in the certificate he had. They wanted to know what he could do. I know that's the trend, the future trend. So it's good for us to prepare for the future of work, and this is one sure way to do that. So I want to congratulate Tech for Dev. I want to congratulate Microsoft and everyone that has partnered with this very worthy cause, and I believe that it's going to be just a start. It's going to be a template that will be used going forward, and I want to encourage all of us to be a part of it. If you have already participated in this, you have some friends, you have some relatives that you can encourage to also participate. And you know, one of the things that makes the minister very proud about this program is that a lot of the training took place on a platform called digitalnigeria.gov.ng. I think we should clap at that point as well. You know, the thing is, on the 19th of March 2020, Mr. President launched the National Broadband Plan at the Digital Economy Complex. And on the same day, he launched the Digital Nigeria program. Unfortunately, COVID came and met all of us. So even though that first one was a physical training, the subsequent was, everyone was locked down. And the minister felt that, we shouldn't let the lockdown phase, pass us by. It's always good, they say, when you face something, or you face a challenge and you have to fall down, make sure you pick up something when you fall down. And COVID helped us to pick up something. We now have a disposition towards digital platforms. And so he said, let's work together. Let's come up with a platform for Nigerians to be able to train even while they're at home. And that's what brought about the digitalnigeria.gov.ng platform. And we're happy that this, programs like this have benefited from that. And we believe in the near future that even more programs will benefit. So on behalf of the Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, I want to congratulate the participants, I want to congratulate the winners, I want to congratulate Tech for Dev, Microsoft, and all the partners. And the states that participated. I can see my brother from Nasarawa State here. It's something that requires synergy. Everyone is working together towards a destination, and that destination is a digital Nigeria. Thank you for your kind attention.
A round of applause for Dr. Olufemi Adeluyi, Technical Assistant on Research and Development, representing the Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Fantami. Please put your hands together again for him.
Thank you once again, Dr. Femi, for a wonderful keynote address and just helping us understand where the government is going from a continued investment standpoint. And I'm glad that our partners who continue to invest across the D2 channel are also here. Some slight modification, addition to the agenda. I'm going to call up Dr. Equally, two doctors, one PhD, one medical. Dr. Philip Ugodaga is representing the Honorable Minister for Budget and National Planning, Prince Clem Agba, here, to also give a short, keynote speech. I think that, just before he comes, please, you can come. Some very, while it might seem like a very far away ministry, it's always important to remember that that's the ministry that is responsible for allocation. And so when we speak about the challenges we have around infrastructure, around the gaps, when Dr. Femi talks about the fantastic plan to digitize Nigeria, we need to continue to carry stakeholders like rooms like this to feel the pulse and make clear commitment around continuing to prioritize investment into the digital economy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my good friend. Please, you'll permit me to stand on a very well-established protocol for this event. I want to thank the organizers for inviting my boss, Ms. Clem Agba, the Honorable Minister of State for Budget and National Planning, to this event. While the face you're seeing will be that of Dr. Philip Ugodaga, who will also be speaking. But the thoughts that I will be expressing represent those of the Honorable Minister. He very much wished to be here personally, but for some very important engagement that has taken him out of the FCT. My friend and my brother, Dr. Femi Adeluyi, has spoken, and I think I'll adopt that as the position of government, because there cannot be divergent government positions in the same event in which two honorable ministers are invited. The Honorable Minister for State, Budget and National Planning had actually prepared a 10-page goodwill message for this event, but a lot has been said, and I mentioned that my brother has spoken a lot. I will only read just two paragraphs of what he requested that I should present, because all other things have been captured in most of the deliberations here today. And I appreciate the organizers for inviting him to this event. He recognizes the position of youth in the development of our country. Indeed, the newly signed National Development Plan 2021 to 2025 had a very robust youth representation, because we cannot really be planning for 2021 to 2025 and then up to 2060 at the end of 2050 without carrying along the youth, because we are planning essentially the youth. When I saw the letter of invitation, and I saw young people or youth from age 16 to 45, I was wondering, I said, is it that we have changed the definition of youth? What that means is that I can well call myself a youth now. I came in early and I participated in the contest. They were all like Greek to me, because as I stated, I'm a medical doctor, and I said, well, they like to bamboozle us. I believe that if I brought all my virology, anatomy, physiology, I'll be able to also bamboozle all of you. But we're happy that all this is taking place. We do know that the future of the next generation in technology. So I'll just read just two of the comments that he said I should pass across. Despite recent improvements in Nigeria's technology sector, several challenges, including low funding and weak digital infrastructure, especially in non-commercial hubs, have limited the value creation potential of businesses. While challenges exist, Nigeria has a significant young, tech-savvy, resilient, and entrepreneurial population which creates opportunities for technology sector. The technology sector in Nigeria is growing faster than other economic sectors in Nigeria. In 2020 alone, the sector grew by 12.9%, and it represented the only sector with double-digit growth in that year. This strong growth was driven by innovative activities of young entrepreneurs, but also enabled by recently introduced policies, which include the National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy 2020 to 2030, the Nigerian National Broadband Plan 2020 to 2025, as my brother Dr. Adeluyi had stated, and the e-government master plan, among several others. So on behalf of the Honourable Minister for State for Budget and National Planning, I want to thank the organizers for inviting us to this event. We wish you well. We congratulate those who have participated, the over 17,000 young people who participated, and those who have won and those who will be winning. I hope at the end there will be some percentage for us. My friend Ogu, yes, mentioned that yes, we bake the cake. The problem with baking the cake is that the cake is baked and put in a basket. Everybody gets from that basket. So the problem of Nigeria is really not just baking the cake. We're thinking of how do we bake a bigger cake so that we can have something bigger to share. So in doing all of that, we're trying our best within the ministry to ensure that we get innovative actions to increase the revenue base of our country. Because that is the only way, when people think of dipping into the basket to get more, we can have what we go around for everybody. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Round of applause for Dr. Philip. Thank you so much. Quickly, I'd love to remind us that the hashtags are up. You can take pictures. If you're taking pictures, use the hashtag digital for all challenge. Do that and it would be good. Also, quickly, we'll move on to the next session. as quick as possible so that we can get out of here in no time. I'd love us to quickly help me welcome to moderate the panel session, Joel Ogunshola. Round of applause.
Thank you very much. Thanks once again. I think I'll do the seat here, so speakers can. And just, just to explain why, we decided to host the conversation. We felt it was important to, beyond our perspective from what we've learned on the field and from what we've learned interacting with different stakeholders, we felt it was also important to get people across the divide, people who are funding partners like us, organizations like Tech for Dev, who do work across Nigeria and externally, people who support founders of these organizations to ensure that they're able to continue to scale the work they do, government entities who provide the right type of policy support, and just have a very brief conversation about what thoughts are, what's the future, and what does the future look like. So to join me on stage, in no particular order, I'm going to invite Mr. Diron Adegoke to join me on stage. I'll invite Mrs. Adaize Shokon of the UK Nigeria Tech Hub. Mr. Diron is of the US Nigerian Mission to Nigeria. He leads the Mandela Washington Fellowship Program. I'd invite Mr. Idong Esit Udo of the FCDO, Foreign Commonwealth Development Nation, formerly known as UKAID in Nigeria. And our fourth panelist isn't here today, and so I'm going to invite the GMICT Nasarawa State to join us on the panel, Mr. Sheo. We could have no better person than Mr. Sheo to speak from the government side standpoint. Thank you. Please can we get the other microphone, just so that. Thank you very much. So I'm going to just quickly ask you to introduce yourself in 1 minute. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Shehu Ibrahim, Director General of the Youth for ICT in Nasarawa State.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Idong Situdo. I lead the Digital Access Program for the UK government. It's a digital program that cuts across internet, cybersecurity, and runs in 5 countries. I also serve as program advisor.
Hello, everybody. My name is Adaize Shokon. I'm the country director for the UK Nigeria Tech Hub, and my job is to support successful local digital economies. So meaning that in every economy or in every community, we have a thriving digital economy where there's jobs, where people have advanced skill sets, where people have great startup companies, and where people can trade with the UK, the amazing products that they have. Glad to be here.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Diron Adegoke. I'm the coordinator of the Young African Leaders Initiative, an initiative of the U.S. government to train, empower through networking and a host of resources for young people from the ages of 18 to 35 in specific fields such as civic engagement, public management, and business and entrepreneurship. And the scope of our offering covers everything that has to do with empowerment and knowledge transfer, including and most especially tech. Thank you.
Thank you. We couldn't have asked for a better set of panelists. Super excited about the short conversation we're going to have. I'll start from you, Ada. Over the last 7, 10, 15 years, I've personally known you within the technology ecosystem for the last 7 years, from your work leading partnerships at Ventures platform, which was the first proper incubation accelerator, the Federal Capital Territory and North Central, and in the better part of Northern Nigerian had, to leading the organization, and then now the UK Tech Hub. And so you've been on the advocacy side, you know, for skilling, for investment in data economy. You've also been, you know, now you sit on the funder side, where you're, you know, working with a number of organizations across different divides, you know, to continue to increase that footprint. What would you say are the biggest challenges, you know, you've identified that we need to solve very quickly if we are to achieve this data economic potential?
Thank you very much. Over the, I think I'll just narrow it down to 4. Typically, you would hear challenges like talent, access to capital for those who take their newfound skills, like the amazing guys and ladies today. You take that skill and you then want to start a company with that to solve a problem. And you will face the challenge of getting financing at the early stages to test. And then there are issues of policy. But the one that is very key for me is the mindset of the young people, actually. And I'm not saying that these other things are not important, because we talk about them in every panel session. We know that there's need for advanced talent, because that's the only way we can solve unemployment. That's the only way we can get people to work remotely. Africa has an unemployment of what is churning out 20 million graduates every year. We only have 3 million jobs available, not to scare anyone, right? Because tech can reduce that number, because people can work remotely from wherever they are. So we need to churn out more advanced.
At the onset of the government, there was a policy paper called Nastrem, or a new direction that the state moves, you know, in line of digital skills and innovation. You know, can you share that experience with us, you know, and tell us why it's been successful, and why are you investing in technology? You guys recently announced that you're building
The fact that we're providing training, we're providing policy. We're currently at the final stages of developing our ICT policy, which is going to be launched very soon, as well as our e-government master plan, which by the time they kick off, would actually give ICT a very good standing in the State that we could use to move forward. Then, when I come back to the issue of mindset, the civil service has actually been changed towards ICT, in the sense that recently we had a directive given by our head of service that every MDA, no matter how big, no matter how small, you must have an ICT department, because that will be the beginning of your success. Then we're planning that we're going to have ICT proficiency tests between now and end of the year, and henceforth every promotion we will have in the state will be ICT based. All those things are just edging people towards ICT slowly, which is what our government has been doing. We can't really say we're working around a particular model. We're creating our own as we go along, and I'm very pleased to say we've been successful so far. And I feel that might be the way forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As someone who has served in government within the ICT as head of innovation, I can relate with things you've said, and it's no coincidence that, you know, yourself and other, the key point has been mindset. So both from a youth standpoint as well as from a government standpoint, and I really look forward, you know, to seeing collaborations blossom within, you know, between the NG Tech Hub and Ada didn't mention, but she led the effort partly on the private sector side for the Nigeria Startup Bill that was just, you know, forwarded by the President to the National Assembly to be passed into law as the driver and now as the funder. So when I hear you say ICT policy and e-governance roadmap, I think that definitely you should be in collaboration with them. And, you know, I'd go quickly to you, Diron. And, you know, everybody's talked about mindset. Everybody's talked about, you know, your disposition to this and that. People should, you know, think about mindset. You've been in a position to pair a lot of young leaders with mentors, directly mentor a lot of them, and provide the opportunity for a lot of them to be where they are today. How significant do you think is the impact of digital and technology skills on?
Yeah, we live in a digital age, and the truth is, you and Biro to work with, and that was one of the first challenges and one of the first things I had to address. Fortunately, I was working with JAMB, an ICT forward-thinking organization, and they provided me with the necessary ICT tools. I also came in at the time when CBT was evolving into a thing, so I could relate a lot with a number of things he has said. But in my work with young people, I would say digital literacy is very fundamental for you to create a solution that is relevant and sustainable. I'll give an example of one of the people who have been on our exchange program, the yearly program. His name is Victor Amusa. He runs something called Waste Bazaar. Basically, Waste Bazaar, using his language, is the Uber of waste pickup. He's simply leveraging ICT tools and existing ICT platforms to ensure that your waste disposal doesn't have to wait till somebody is ready to come and pick it up. Basically, the way you hail a ride is the way you can hail for the refuse company, of course, PPP refuse companies, to come and pick up your refuse whenever you think it's getting too full. That is an apt application of digital literacy into solutions provision. So basically, it's very important. I speak about the yearly network. To sign up on the yearly network is an internet basic ICT skills. To be able to sign, for some courses we have just tests, for some courses we have things that require you to go and put what you've learned into practice before you can get your certificate. It was mentioned earlier that knowledge needs to, or competence needs to match certificate, so that certificate is only validating what you know. That is the kind of angle from which we come at the yearly network and why we require some of those things. So you can't go through that cycle of learning without having some basic or having to acquire the basic ICT, Digital for All kind of programs which Tech for Dev is organizing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I mean, I see you constantly scouting around for, innovators and all that. They have one of the most extensive body of work and knowledge in all the different. What practical steps? So if we were to take 1, 2, 3 steps today, do you think would further, catalyze this whole adoption of digital skills with young people in Nigeria, and with an aim, of course, of contributing to the digital economy as a whole?
Thank you very much. So you're right. We've actually covered the range as far as digital is concerned in Nigeria, not just digital skills. I heard when the representative of the Minister for Comms and Digital Economy was speaking, Dr. Femi, and mentioned the National Broadband Plan, for example. So from the policy perspective on digital skills, not so many people perhaps may be aware, so the UK government provided technical assistance through my program for the development of that National Broadband Plan, which the President launched March 1920, the global lockdown. And in that document, that policy, government policy document, we integrated some frameworks around basic digital skills, or digital skills as a whole, which is from the policy perspective. So, including the work we've done with your team, the Tech for Dev team, with state governments across the country, from the north to the south. I remember the work we did in Nasarawa, for example. He may know Tech for Dev, but he may not know the UK government behind it. So, all of this extensive work. But in terms of adoption, so there are two sides to it. For digital development, we like to see things from 3 perspectives. So we see the user-centric issues, we see the supply-centric issues, and we see the demand-centric issues. And in terms of adopting digital skills in Nigeria, so I'd probably look at it from this perspective. The systemic issues, which is on one side has to do with policies, from government having the right level of policies. I was listening to him mention some of the things Nasarawa State is planning to do or has done already in terms of entrenching the adoption of digital. I know a few other states in the country, for example, from my interaction with some of these state governors, some of these state governments, on some of the activities steps they're taking to integrate, fully integrate adoption of digital, not just in the state service, but to let their people know how important, let's face it, whatever we're doing digital is now and the future. And regardless of what development challenges we're facing, I mean, he just mentioned the waste management solution. Digital can find a solution around it. So we have to look at it from the policy side. And I think the government is trying on that perspective. We've seen a very proactive Ministry of Commerce and Digital Economy with the National Digital Economy Policy, the National Broadband Plan, and all of that, all of them integrating the digital skills pillars fully. But we also have the demand side issues, which is the people adoption. I can mention, sit down here, from my point of view, mention a couple of challenges. We have cultural issues. The people who are slow because of cultural or religious issues, slow to taking up the digital skills. I mean, we've deployed some of these tech skills training in some locations with your team, and we know that some of the challenges we face with cultural barriers to people even coming out to take the digital skills training we're offering for free. So that is one aspect to it, and we have to tackle that as a society because, of course, digital skills is so important at this point. We also have to look at issues, economic issues for the users. For example, I mean, we're talking about devices not available for them to be able to use, which also affect adoption of the skills, the training, and these are some of the demand side challenges we have to consider. And then when we are facing all of these challenges as a society, we cannot just do one side. And that's the problem. And that is why on my program, for example, the UK government, all across the 5 countries we're running, which are South Africa, Kenya, Indonesia, Nigeria, Brazil, we're looking at the entrenchment of digital or digital development from a holistic perspective, whether it's systemic, whether it is demand side issues or supply side issues, where we're actually looking at ecosystem support from organizations like yours who are able to move in and bridge the link between the policymakers, but also the people out there who need these skills. So that's my thinking around it.
Thank you very much. I mean, it was as interesting. Structural challenge. Interesting to see you talk about, most importantly, some of the cultural biases, that we face from a digital adoption standpoint, as well as from a government systemic standpoint, ensuring that people are integrated, civil service, and which is, one of the very keen interests that Microsoft has had in funding the Emerging Market Model Digital for All Challenge, where they wanted to directly build that sustainable structure where they trained government employees are then able to continue to pass down that. There's a lot to say about, how
Without a doubt, I believe digital is the future. I agree with what has been said about mindset earlier on, but I think we can be deliberate about correcting that, but digital is the future. The pandemic has taught us that digital is the future. The wave of tech bros and cis we have emerging from Nigeria also tells us digital is the future. In fact, it's not just the future, it's the now and the future. You read success stories like Paystack, Flutterwave, it tells you how one sector is rescuing the nation from recession. It tells confidence, and I believe that digital is the future and we are taking the right steps with ample support from good partners like Microsoft and the rest. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Digital is the future. I think when I think about digital, I blush in my sleep. And I blush because it's good to understand why it's the future. We've had different problems. When it comes to education, we've talked about teacher absenteeism. Do you know tech can solve that? Imagine if kids anywhere with kids in Japan, and you just need teachers, facilitators, just ensuring that they do their assignment and understand what they're saying. Women anywhere can sell, just even on Instagram, from where they are in their village to the world. Tech really is the future. And that's why I challenge to solve big problems. Don't just complain about the problems. Take the skill that you've gotten here and be audacious, solve problems, and be the very best that the world has to give. I challenge training programs like Tech for Dev. They are doing amazing. Continue to improve your curriculum to ensure that it's the hard skills, it's the soft skills like critical thinking, problem solving, so that we are generating people that are not just good with the tech, but when they come out of the program, they can compete anywhere in the world. I challenge policymakers. I'm very happy to hear what Nasarawa State is doing, and I'm really looking forward to see how we can work together. You know, to also collaborate with innovators. The Defense Department in Silicon Valley was very instrumental, you know, in shaping the success of that community. You know, so there are projects that we can give to innovators to do. I'm not saying they should go and start building roads or anything like that, but waste disposal, like he said, even power issue, those are big problems that we think that innovators can solve. We need to fund ideas. So I'm talking to myself, just even being here, with government to fund people to be able to to experiment and test ideas. And lastly, just to encourage us to build solutions from here that the world needs. So I think tech is the future, but all of these things I've said have to make that future a reality. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Heidi.
So is tech the future? I'll differ slightly. So tech is now and the future. So you take a look at the 100 wealthiest companies in the world and count how many are in tech. And then you answer the question for yourself. Advice to give you now, you should be getting involved with tech. The World Economic Forum says by 2030, 95% of the jobs available on Earth will have a tech thing about it. That means if you're not around, in and around tech, you will not be able to get involved in 95% of the jobs on Earth by 2030. So get a tech skill. From the UK government perspective, we're doing all we can to support all our partner countries on this. In Nigeria specifically, from the policy front, digital skills, we're working with 20 states across the country currently through Tech for Dev, supported 10 in the north, 10 in the south, working with them to just show a model on digital skills. We have some pipeline activities with Tech for Dev to support civil servants with digital skills as well. We are currently just trying to show that digital is now, and it's going to impact your futures as well. So take advantage of all available opportunities because of the digital gender divide in Nigeria at the moment, just to close that gap. So I'd say tech is now and also the future, and take advantage of your can.
Thank you, Heidi. Thanks.
I'd like to commend the previous speakers, all of them. They have said everything that could be said. Then especially the last speaker who said tech is now, not the future, now. Right now, technology seems to be the backbone for almost everything, ranging from employment, education, to almost every sector. Take, for example, NASA to 16 billion a year. And that was just with the addition of ICT. And that was just for a short forward. I appreciate our wonderful partners, Tech for Dev, who came in, and I believe all in all, they trained close to 3,000 people in our state. But that is 3,000. 3,000 out of make sure everybody catches up. If one side has ICT, the other side doesn't. I recall my colleague there who spoke about how he came from digital files to pen and paper. That is the same thing that goes on if everybody is not at the same level. So, to Tech for Dev, Microsoft, job well done, but no, Nasarawa State is still calling you back for some more. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's been an amazing panel session. From Victor's Waste Plaza story to others' recent win with Nigerian Startup Bill, to ID's multi-million pound investment into Nigeria, both in bridging the gender divide, in supporting government, to digital being now, and I dare say Nasara being the digital now, to boldly care that the future seems bright with technology. Thank you.
Please give it up for our panelists. A round of applause. They did a great job. All right, before we get to the next session, I'd love to also recognize the presence of Professor Ayo Ajayi, who is a board member of the Afe Babalola University at Ado-Ekiti. Please put your hands together for him. And now at this point, we'd love to bring in our partner for Spotlight. Microsoft has been an integral part of Tech for Dev, supporting Tech for Dev in no small way. Microsoft is one of the reasons we're here today. If Microsoft wasn't a partner or haven't supported the Digital for All Challenge, maybe, just maybe, we wouldn't be here this day. And so, ladies and gentlemen, to present a spotlight, help me welcome the country manager, Ghana and Nigeria, Microsoft, Mrs. Ola Williams.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please allow me to stand on all existing protocol. First, I want to congratulate the 17,000 participants on the Digital for All Challenge and the 5 amazing finalists on the advanced level. Well done to you all. And of course, to Tech for Dev team for the great work people to the level they are today. I'm sure a lot of effort has gone into all the trainings, both on their part and of course on the part of the participants, will begin to yield fruits for the future. And I'm really pleased to see that we have a lot of interest, both on the government level, private sphere, have one level of digital knowledge or the other, and they bring that to bear in their domain, the number of innovation that will come out in this country. We believe in the innovation that Nigerian youth can actually bring to impact the world. And that's why for us it's important. And we will continue to lead by example by partnering with governments, education institutions, NGOs, and other stakeholders to ensure that everyone have access to digital skill. We're here today celebrating the 17,000 people that participated and of course the finalists, and eventually we will get to celebrate with the final winners today. This is one of the ways we want to spur the interest of youth in the digital technology, so that they can see they will not only see the potential, but they will be able to take advantage of the potential that they have and able to build sustainable business or build a strong career for themselves. And technology, as we all know, is a very inclusive industry. No matter what your background is, whether it's in science or humanity, law, whatever you are, you can actually contribute to technology and you can take advantage of technology. It's very inclusive. So as being said, everyone should actually be interested. For all intent and purpose, just because it is critical, is important, and is necessary for our survival going forward. One of the panelists did mention that by 2025, 90% of the world's opportunities will be in IT or related to IT. So that means the work that Tech4Dev is doing today in partnership with us and other partners is actually critical to ensuring that people are able to take advantage of that opportunity. And we are happy to see the result coming out today. Somebody was making a joke, I think it was the MC, that most of what is being, the questions are gibberish and he doesn't think he can understand. I'm sure that's how the people that started felt. But they went through it, and today they're able to answer those questions. So again, a round of applause to them. So everyone can actually acquire the knowledge. It depends on the interest. And I also want to touch on the gender diversity part of the whole conversation. For me, I'm excited to see that out of the final finalists, 5 finalists on the advanced level, we saw 3 women, you know, in, I think, application development, data science, and, product design. That's really amazing. Why is it important to also talk about this? And I hope that probably in 10, 20 years' time, when we talk about women in technology, we will not talk about it in terms of extraordinary. It will be ordinary, it should be normal, because every woman also have the potential to be successful in IT. And this is showing that it is possible for women to really drive a lot of impact. Because if I look at 17,000 people and we see 3 women come out, out of how many people participated in the advanced, 1,000 plus people, and we see 3 women come out as part of the finalists. That is really amazing. Please join me to really congratulate the 3 female finalists. I'm also excited that today we're not just talking about coding and cybersecurity. We saw people talk about product design. That's also showing that for us, IT is not just only about coding. There are so many other skills that is required in technology to make technology, usable, useful for everyone. That's why it's important to also ensure that this kind of program provide people various options that they can actually fit in. And again, kudos to Tech4Dev team. I know that for these people to be at this level, a lot of effort has been put into it. So well done, well done, well done. For us at Microsoft, we will continue to lead by example, to support initiatives like this. Because yes, we've been participating and encouraging skilling across the globe for many years. But we know that now, based on the fact that digital transformation is upon all of us, and the events that happened in our lives in recent years have shown that everyone, whether you are young, fresh out of school, you're working in government establishment or private sector, or in young graduates, everyone needs either to learn new skill, reskill, or upskill to be relevant. For me, so it means that everybody needs digital skill. So for us, skilling is really critical. And when we talk about the new initiative that we have to focus on transforming Africa, skilling is one of the key pillars. And we will continue to partner with government, NGO, schools, policymakers to ensure that Nigerians have access for skills that will enable them to take advantage of the digital economy now and in the future. Congrats again to all the participants and the finalists, and eventually the winners today. Well done to Tech4Dev team and all our partners, and thank you all for coming and listening to me. All the best, and hope to interact with you all more. Thank you.
Please, a round of applause again for Mrs. Ola Williams, Country Manager, Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, they should be faster. Ladies and gentlemen, to present the checks and also announce to you the winners, help me welcome the Executive Director, Tech4Dev, Oladibura Oladepo. Please, a round of applause for her.
Thank you very much. Okay, I almost feel like... Okay, this is the time we've been waiting for. I would like to first say that everyone is a winner. And as was encouraged earlier, I've spoken to all of you in the morning to say, just have fun. I mean, it's like learning and having fun, right? Even though it's a competition. To join me in announcing the grand prize winner for the basic digital literacy level is Adeze Shokon and Idongesis Udo. Ada, do you want to toss the honors?
Drum rolls. For the basic level, first position is Nelson Daidam from Kaduna.
I was built to be the best, #1 and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just
Congratulations, Nelson. Thank you so much, Ada and Ivy. Thank you very much.
We have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see?
Okay.
I'm on the move, make way for me.
For the other winners, as well in the basic category, we do have a wonderful prize for you. Both of you will be going home today with brand new laptops as prizes from us. That will be Ifeoluwa, Odewale, and Asan.
To be the best.
I can't see him anymore. I was going to call on Mr. Shehu Ibrahim,
Lead me to my
but I can't seem
destiny.
to find him at the
I have
moment.
waited
Mr. Shehu
patiently.
Ibrahim.
I have vision, oh I
Okay.
believe. I know I can count.
I see him outside,
So
but
stand up
I'm not sure he
for the
can hear me.
champions.
Okay.
Stand up, stand up.
All right,
For the
Mr. Shehu Ibrahim.
champions, for the champions, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up. Stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions.
And now,
stand up, stand
on to
up.
the next level. Intermediate level for the grand prize of 2.5 million naira. I will invite Mrs. Ola Williams, country manager for Microsoft Nigeria and Ghana, to present the person who will be winning or going home with this grand prize. Ma, do us the honor. Drum roll.
It's my pleasure and my heart's delight to announce the first position, and that goes to Teresa Sunday.
I was built to be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions.
Okay, and as you know, that everyone is a winner. Every other winner in the intermediate category also be going home with brand new laptops today. And I will call on Mrs. Ola Williams again, and now joining Mr. Diran Gregoke to present the consolation prizes. Okay, so Justin, Stephanie, Folaromi, and Zainab. Please join
have to pick myself back up.
Congratulations!
Fall down.
Congratulations,
I have to
Justin!
pick myself up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. 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 Stand up. I was built to be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
Okay, all the winners, everybody,
It's getting close.
Mr. Jerome, Mr. Shehu Ibrahim, please join us upstage to take pictures with all the finalists who are all winners today. Okay, so stage. How do you want us to take this? Should centralize? Okay, check down.
Give me freedom, give me fire, give me reason, take me higher. See the champions, take the field now. Unify us, make us feel proud. In the streets, our heads are lifting. As we lose our inhibition, celebration, it surrounds us. Every nation, all around us. Whatever young, singing songs.
A big congratulations to all the finalists once again. You guys have done exceptionally well. I mean, I'm so glad that, you know, we had a woman as part of the... I'm so proud and glad that, you know, there's sort of like a gender balance or diversity amongst the winners. And it wasn't deliberate. I mean, no, we didn't choose it that way. I mean, it's based off of your skills that it is that got you to be the grand prize winners today. Congratulations once again. I would like to, on behalf of Tech for Dev, I would like to say a big thank you and appreciate everyone for making time out to attend the grand finale of the Digital for All Challenge. I want to thank all our partners and the Digital for All team that has worked tirelessly with us on this project to ensure that we're bridging the digital literacy gap in underserved communities, especially in Nigeria. The issue of digital illiteracy still remains a grave one. According to an article by Africa in Focus, although sub-Saharan Africa has experienced an increase in education and literacy rates, the quality of the education remains subpar. For example, the lowest literacy rate of any world region. Similarly, 84% of adolescents have not achieved the minimum proficiency for mathematics. For context, the global average is 56%. These significant gaps in education have labor market implications. And education experts fear that many Africans, well, Nigerians inclusive, are not learning the skills that they need for the 21st century jobs. Based on this and other similar statistics, as an organization, we designed the Digital for All Challenge to not only put measures in place to equip people with digital skills, but also to motivate them to take advantage of these measures. We have come a very long way, and are so excited to see that through this program, over 17,000 people were equipped with digital skills. I would like to thank and commend all our finalists for showing up for this event and for putting in their best. To us, everyone is a winner, like I said, because acquiring digital skills in this age is a big win, as it effectively equips you for the future of the workplace. Before I go ahead and appreciate our long-standing partner, Microsoft, I have a big announcement to make. Maybe this announcement is not mine to make just yet, and I'll just put a bit of anticipation in the hearts of the people here. There will be a Digital for All Challenge 2.0. The Digital for All Challenge 2.0 is going to be way bigger than this, with the grand prize even way bigger. I can't divulge information just yet. All I would say is watch out. Follow us on our social media platforms, and we'll be sharing the news sometimes next week around what Digital for All Challenge 2.0 would look like. I will keep my lips sealed for now, but I can assure you that the grand prize is something that will wow the minds of people here. And we're not doing this just for the buzz. We're doing this because we say to ourselves that the stakes and the incentives to learn needs to be high enough to be able to encourage people to put in their best and think of education, really, either digital education or education as a whole, as an indeed pathway for them to become successful. And I will not end this without thanking Microsoft, who has been a very long-standing partner on this journey. Microsoft has helped us in ensuring that the journey of digital skilling for improved economic livelihood is something that matters. They are such a solid and supporting partner, constantly cheerleading us as we continue to focus on human capital development and empowerment. Once again, I would like to say a very big thank you to everyone for being here. Families of the finalists, friends of the finalists, well-wishers of the finalists, our wonderful... Over to Michael.
Please put your hands together again for Dura. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dura. Okay. So, you know, whenever we have programs, we like to do a survey. So, have you enjoyed yourself? If you've enjoyed yourself here, please wave your hands. Oh, thank you so much. All right, so I'm just going to take the announcements, which is the last item for our agenda here. And I need your attention. Hello, everyone. I need your attention. Because I'm going to be announcing a number of opportunities that you can take advantage of. So first of all, for you to take advantages of the opportunities that we provide as Tech for Dev, it is very important that you follow us on social media. Why? Because on social media is where you get the very first scoop on things like the DFA Challenge or the DFA Challenge 2.0 or any of the programs that Tech for Dev is implementing. So you can follow us on Twitter, on Instagram at Tech for Dev. Tech, number 4, and Dev. Okay? Also, I would like to announce that immediately after the session, we will be having photo sessions and interviews. So if you want to see yourself highlighted on our page, on our reels, or in the news, please do not rush out and avail yourself for some interviews. For some of you, we would actually come and meet you specifically. And finally, I would like to take this opportunity to announce a program that's being supported by the Nasarawa state government. It's called the Artificial Intelligence Summit, and it is holding from the 23rd to 25th March 2022. And for you to be a part of the program, you would need to visit www.aisummit.ncs.org.ng. I'll say it again, www.aisummit.ncs.org.ng. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the finale of the finale. Thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful week, day, and the rest of your 2022. Don't forget to follow us. Thank you so much.
It's Kelpie Vibes.
Zlatan. Yeah, I'm killing them shot. Because I swear God, if I killing them